Here's the latest question that a student has sent in for me to go through. If you find this video helpful, I'd really appreciate a like, and don't forget to follow or subscribe to stay up to date with my future videos. Okay, let's go through this question. Here's the question on my virtual whiteboard. The question says Matt wants to invest £8,000 for 3 years, and he can choose between Bank A and Bank B. Now he's got to decide which bank will give him the most interest, because that's the one that he's going to put his money with, the one that gives him the most money back. So we can start the question by identifying that all of these are compound interest. So we know we're going to have to use the compound interest formula. So what is the compound interest formula? It's P brackets 1 plus R over N brackets to the power of N times T. So let's go through what each one of these letters means. The letter P. P is the principal. In this case, the principal is 8,000. It's the amount of money that he starts with. The letter R is the percentage rate. But to use it in the formula, we have to change it to a decimal. So 1.2% would become 0.012. 2% would become 0.02. And 1% becomes 0.01. The N is the number of times it's compounded in each time period. In this question, that's 1. And the T is the total number of time periods. So in this question, it's over 3 years, so T is 3. So I'm going to replace these N's with 1s. And you'll be able to see that those ones that I've replaced don't have any effect on the question. R over 1 is the same as saying R. And 1 times T is the same as saying T. So I'm just going to erase them. R over 1 is the same as saying R. And 1 times T is just to the power of T. Okay, so let's have a look at Bank A, and let's apply this formula to Bank A. So there's Bank A. Bank A is 1.2% compound interest per annum or per year. So again, we're going to start with the formula. The formula P. P is the principal, the amount of money he's starting with, that's 8,000. Brackets 1 plus the percentage rate as a decimal. So 1.2% as a decimal is 0.012. And the T, the time period, is 3 years, because it's a 3-year investment. Now if you plug all these numbers into your calculator, it will give you the total value of the investment in Bank A. It works out to £8,291.47. So that's the amount of money the bank will give him back after 3 years. Now let's do the same thing but with Bank B. Now Bank B is a little bit more complicated. It's in 2 parts. The first part says it gives him 2% for the first year, and the second part gives him 1% for every year after that. So 2% for the first year, and then 1% for the remaining 2 years. So again, we're going to start with the same principle, the same amount of money he's putting in. He's starting with £8,000. But now we've got the first set of compound interest is 2%. And as a decimal, that's 0.02. And that's for the first year, so the time on that one is 1 for 1 year. And the second set of compound interest is 1%. So as a decimal, that's 0.01. And the time period on that is the remaining years. So out of the 3 years, we've already used 1. So there's 2 years remaining. So that's going to be 2 years. T is 2. So now if we plug all that information into our calculator, it will give us the value of the investment at the end of 3 years in Bank B. And that should work out to £8,324.02. And now we have to compare the two banks. Which bank gives him more money at the end of 3 years? Quite clearly, it is Bank B. So Matt wants to invest his money in Bank B. And that's the answer. And that is all it takes. Now, the two key skills that I used in this question were the compound interest formula and using a calculator. If you want to learn any of these topics in a lot more detail, I offer one-to-one private tutoring. Visit my website www.skittles.school to book a free demo lesson. If you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate a like, and don't forget to follow or subscribe to stay up to date with future videos. So, until the next one, keep learning and keep being awesome.